Welcome back to the Beer Bastards, everybody. Got review number 2 coming right here. This time I'm going to be reviewing the Hacker-Pschorr Oktoberfest Amber Marzen. So normally I pour the beer into this mug right here, the Hacker-Pschorr mug, but I only kind of have the one bottle, so it's going to look awful silly. So instead, gonna go into this mug here, this one, so that way we're not filling that thing half full. And you can see that that's ridiculous. It needs to be full. So instead, if you don't have anything, like a mug or whatever, a standard pint glass or a Pilsner lager glass would also be acceptable. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack this puppy open. Ooh. Nice and crisp. So you can see it's kind of a very clear beer on the pour. I'm guessing there's about, I'm gonna move the camera so you can see into there. There is about, decent amount of head in there. I'd say about a finger. Probably not much more. Get a nice fruitiness out of the nose, a little sweetness from like honey or something, like reminiscent of that. And you can definitely tell that there's an undertone of quality German hops in there. It's kind of a can get that fruitiness in the taste, and it's kind of finishing off with a little light hop and breadiness flavor, and the mouthfeel is very, very crisp, and I'd say it's a little thicker than a light beer, but it's not quite a medium. It's kind of in between there. It's it's a mildly dry yet very palatable beer. I'd give this a 7.5 out of 10. There's really no muss and fuss about it, yet there is still some complexity with the sweetness and bitterness of the beer that makes this extremely enjoyable. At first, I was extremely hesitant to try anything from Hacker-Pschorr. I've been trying to get out of the preconception that mass-produced beers are terrible, having had that American domestic beers in the past. I thought for sure that Hacker-Pschorr would be rather, unpleasing and flavorless. After some debating, seeing as how long this brewery had been around for centuries, and knowing that it was German, I decided to go ahead and give it a try. It had nothing to do with the fact that this was on sale and came with a free mug, just a coincidence. I had the first one and immediately enjoyed it. I appreciated the traditional style of German brewing that made this beer special. But what exactly makes the Hacker-Pschorr Oktoberfest beer so special? It dates back to the year 1417 in Munich, Germany, making it one of the oldest in the country and the entire world. It originally operated as Hacker Brewery under guidance of Peter Paul Hacker. Come the year 1793, brewery servant Joseph Pschorr married Peter Hacker's daughter, Teresa Hacker. Joseph Pschorr propelled the brewery to the leading producer of 50 or so other breweries in Munich, with expansion over his first 15 years of ownership. Hacker's production grew so large that they had to construct what is called the Beer Fortress. Located in Landsberger Strasse, the fortress measures in at 40,000 square feet and can hold up to about 30,000 barrels. This made it the largest beer cellar in Germany. In 1820, Joseph built the Pschorr Brewery in Neuhauser Strasse after acquiring a smaller brewery and several other buildings. During this time frame, he began using ice to increase the longevity of his beer. He then handed equal parts of ownership to his children. Greg Pschorr Sr. ran the Pschorr Brewery, and Matthias Pschorr Sr. ran the Hacker Brewery. For many years, these breweries were ran independently from each other. However, they still both found success and grew in thanks to the railroad system that was in place. Eventually, George Shore Jr. took over ownership of the Shore Brewery in 1864. After roughly 2 decades of successful business and construction, he decided uh, to advance his brewery forward and obtain the state of the art equipment. His success continued until the early parts of the 20th century when Germany was plagued by 2 world wars and an economic crisis. That's a lot. In order to survive, the breweries had merged together and became Hacker-Pschorr BA. The BA in the name stands for 2 German words that I will without doubt butcher. So to save some dignity, I will not try to pronounce them. But you can find that out very easily if you want to. Come 1979, a Munich businessman by the name of Joseph Schroegeber, I think, became a majority shareholder of the business. Hacker-Pschorr still sees much success around the world as being an integral part in Germany's history and producing traditional style beers. Today, the original brewery still exists, but as a restaurant called the Altes Hackerhaus. If you find yourself in Germany, this is definitely a spot to visit with its rich history and German culture. Bring some family and friends along. And thanks for sticking around for another beer review, folks. Hopefully you all learned something, as did I. I love doing this type of research and like to keep sharing everything I learned to help you guys grow with me. With that being said, like and subscribe to help me grow this channel and bring more quality videos to all of you. Follow us on Twitter at The Beer Bastards to stay up to date on all of our activities, and friend us on Untappd.com as The Beer Bastards to check out all the beers we've reviewed and rated. Remember to post any comments and feedback below. Also, either send us a message on or comment our latest videos if there's a specific beer you want us to review. I'll try to get it if I can find it. If I can't, I'll place it on a list of future beers to taste, or we can really work something out if you're itching to see me review that beer. We can work that all out. And remember, stay thirsty, bastards. Ein Prost. Yeah.